No transmissions coming from his twin probe, Leo. Ike senses movement all around him. Suddenly, movement is detected from Leo's direction.
Seeing life itself on another planet would be the most breathtaking, emotional charge that a scientist could ever possibly have.
Life on Earth could have turned out very, very different, except for specific events that were sort of random in nature. Probably the best known of which was the asteroid that hit the Earth at the end of the Cretaceous period, caused the extinction of all the large dinosaurs. Without that single event, the organisms that survived to the present day would have been very, very different from the ones that we see. And so to the extent that in a planet like Darwin IV, we find things that resemble organisms on Earth, that's astonishing to us because it tells us that there's something more than the luck of the draw. There's some reason they look that way, they just didn't turn out that way.
I think just knowing we're not alone, even at the cellular level, will change our view of our own neighborhood and on beyond the universe. But then the question will be, well, how are we related to that? Are we all the same stuff? I mean, Sagan said so well, we're all made of star stuff, and we are.
Ike is about to make contact with humanity's greatest discovery. Next. On the alien planet, Ike attempts to communicate with life forms that seem intelligent.
The octopus has eyes, very weak eyes. It has tentacles by which it can manipulate the environment, but it has no culture. It cannot transmit information from generation to generation. But if you could breed the octopus for millions of years, perhaps you could breed octopus with the capability of speech, the capability of handing down information, and perhaps even a race, another race of intelligent beings on the planet Earth. So the bottom line is, why should an alien life form look just like us?
This alien could have easily destroyed the probe. Instead, it waits for Ike to make the next move. When Ike projects numeric symbols, the alien seems ready to respond. Part 1 is a test to determine if this alien creature can conceptualize and is therefore intelligent. Ike flashes 3 symbols. The alien responds correctly with 4 flashes. This response triggers Ike to deliver the rest of the message. When a third creature closes in, Ike launches a camera disc to assess the threat. "160 days into the Darwin 4 mission, the last recorded image of Ike and Leo is sent to the Von Braun. Computers play and replay the data for the next 72 hours. But interpretation of this profound event is beyond the scope of its artificial intelligence software. To evaluate the full significance of our first extraterrestrial contact requires human intelligence. After decades of research, the pieces begin to fall together. Scientists call the creatures Eosapiens, life forms with intelligence possibly similar to that of early man. Eosapiens appear to be highly mobile and airborne. They navigate with organic thrusters and a large, delicate bag of methane for lift. The Eosapiens may see the camera disc launched by the probes as threats. This misunderstanding may have triggered the destruction of Leo. As the simulated mission to this alien planet ends, the questions it raises are as immense as the universe. Will we ever find life beyond our planet? What must we do to reach it? And how can we prepare ourselves psychologically to deal with the discovery of alien life forms?
Finding life beyond Earth, it really is just going to be a matter of persistence. We'll probably have to send a lot of probes.
I mean, we're just beginning. You know, that the world and the universe is about to open up to you. You know, we're just slowly waking up out of our cave, for God's sakes. This is the best time. In the next, 200,000 or 300,000 years will be fantastic. It'll be great to be alive.
I think discovering life on another planet might be one of the most fantastic things for humans.
If we want to find advanced intelligent life, our best bet is to listen for radio signals, like the SETI project. Interstellar distances are too large for us to travel to more than the closest stars. If we want to explore the galaxy, so we'd better send robots, but we may not live long enough to hear back from them.
If we find life on another planet, we're going to, first of all, know that we're not the center of the universe anymore.
I think it's important that we understand our place in the universe. I think it's terribly important that in so doing, we come full circle to respect the world that we're on and to understand the distances and what the universe is all about.
We will know that if the conditions for life are present, then life can arise at multiple sites in the universe, and that we now live in a living universe that we're ready to explore.
I think the revolution that science is giving us as we look at our solar system and the accessible universe will continue to unfold. When we get the next generation telescopes up there, we will not only see indirect evidence of other Earths, but we'll see the earlier time of the universe and have better abilities to understand how the universe, the galaxies that populated came to be. You have seen nothing yet, because it's only going to get better. And that zone, that gap between science fiction and science fact is just going to come together. And, I've never met a science fact that couldn't be seen as interesting as some of the best of science fiction. And I think we're going to see that zone blurring together as we continue the quest for life.
Thomas Huxley, the great biologist in the last century, said that perhaps one of the noblest achievements of science and philosophy is to discover our true role in the universe. Who are we? Where do we fit in the larger scheme of things? That, he thought, was the central question unifying philosophy, science, and art. And today, I think we may be able to answer that question because we are on the verge of perhaps the greatest breakthrough in the history of science, and that is the discovery of other life forms in space.